Yeah, g'day guys, it's Shane here with the Backyard Bushman channel, and I'm inside today so I can try and be organized. I'm flying by the seat of my pants here, but I wanted to do a video today on food, okay? And I've been thinking about this for some time, me and my mate Steve, and wanting to cover food because it's not so much a neglected video on YouTube. It's not something that people tend to ignore, but I'm not going to say I've got it right. I'm not going to say I'm an expert in the matter of nutrition and whatnot, but I do think that there's some misinformation out there. It's not intentional misinformation. I'm not poking the finger at anybody telling them they got it wrong, but I wanted to basically try and cover some options for you if you're looking at food for whether you're camping or hiking or, you know, whatever it might be, your bug out bag, you name it. There's some smart options you can make. There's some poor options, poor choices you can make, I should say. And so what I've done, you know, is I've raided my pantry and, you know, I looked around the stores while I've been out and whatnot and taken a look at some of the food. And on the cheap, of course, there's nothing in here that's all too expensive. To just go over a couple things with you guys and show you, you know, this is your options. The one thing that really sparked my interest in this more than anything was tuna. I like tuna as much as the next guy, I really do. The problem I notice, guys, is that a lot of people are out there telling you, you know, I carry tuna in my bag, and I have tuna for this, and I have tuna for that, and I understand that tuna comes in a really small package. I understand that it lasts a long time. I understand you can eat it right out of the pack. That's great, okay? And tuna is affordable. The problem with tuna is your average pack of tuna has around 70 calories in there for the whole pack. And as you know, I mean, you can sit there and eat tuna all day, and you're not going to get the nutrition that your body needs to keep going. So whether you're out there just burning up energy, hiking, camping, whatever it is, or whether you're serious about your bug out bag and, you know, for a preparedness survival situation, tuna is not the way to have 72 hours worth of food. So I'm going to go over some of the options I think you should have, things that you can look at. I really would appreciate your comments and your feedback on this, guys, because like I said, I'm not an expert, and if I get this wrong, I apologize in advance. But what we're going to start with is we're going to start with starches, okay? We know that meat is important. I know that in Western society we generally build our meal around meat. But for prepping food that you can take and prepare out on the go, I reckon starches is the place to start at. So one of the most common ones, guys, would be rice, okay? Rice is great because there's enough calories in there. It's not going to hurt you any, and it's easy to boil up. But rather than just your normal rice, which can take, 15 minutes. I have a rice steamer, so I'm not even up to speed on how long it takes to cook rice these days. I went out and had a look around, and you got a couple of options, okay? And your first thing I wanted to show you, it's pretty simple, it's pretty nifty. This is great value. If I can get anything cheap, I will, especially if I'm just testing it, is boil in a bag rice, okay? It says it cooks in 10 minutes. This stuff's really simple. You just pull a bag out, you drop it in your pot of boiling water there. 10 minutes later, you've got rice. You can eat it straight away. Calories on this, I want to say, is, let me see, 190 calories makes in 1 cup of cooked rice. And that's okay. It's a good place to start, but 1 cup of cooked rice, if you're using a mess kit or your little camping kit, 1 cup's a bit of room, 2 cups is more, and that's not a lot of calories in that small amount of room. So at any rate, this is better than carrying normal conventional rice, but I reckon we can do better than this. And the way we do that is we grab instant rice, or also known as minute rice. Now, the calories in this don't vary a great deal. But the thing is, basically, you bring your water to the boil, you toss the rice in and you take it off, and you just let it sit there for a few minutes, and you've got rice that's ready to eat straight away. Calories on this is 160, you know, and that's in 3/4 of a cup of cooked rice. So again, not a huge amount of calories, but a box like this, I think probably less than $2, or maybe around the $2 mark. That's a lot of rice. So if you want to prep your own rations or your own MREs and whatnot, that's a great way to go. You know, MREs, of course, I'm not going to do a video on MREs. Plenty of people have already done them. They're okay to have, of course. A lot of people I know break them down and take out of there what they want rather than just open it up and go for it. I guess you ought to be careful. I believe there's a cheese and pepper omelet MRE that apparently is just, it's inedible. And another thing we want to look at is potatoes, okay? Now, rather than your normal potatoes, so I don't think anybody's going to be lugging around some fresh potatoes in their bag, you got these Idahoan original mashed potato packets. They don't take up any room. They don't weigh anything. There's different brands. They're pretty cheap too. And I got to say, in this one pack here, that's very easy to make. It's already flavored. They have the bacon bits and the cream and chives and whatever else, different flavors. That's 270 calories in this small bag. So I got to say, this trumps rice. Now, you can have sodium and fat and whatever else in there, but you've got, what is it, one serving, 9% of your daily carb intake. You know, protein isn't that much, of course. I don't know if there's much potassium in there, but there's 3 servings in this one bag. So eating that will give you some energy, and it's not going to hurt you any. Running with that idea, we'll step back to rice for a minute here. We also have the Uncle Ben's ready rice, okay? And this is microwave rice, but you can actually cook this in a pot in a few minutes. It's kind of like the minute rice with flavoring. And this one bag here, it's a bit thicker than the potatoes, as you can see, but there's vegetables and whatnot in there. If you vacuum sealed it, you'd save some room. 400 calories in that little bag, okay? So far we're kicking tuna's ass, and we're still on starches. What else have we got here? These here. El Guapo pasta. If you go to the ethnic section of your grocery store, or if you're at a big store like a Winco or something like that, you'll find that they have these little packets of pasta there for 30 cents. Okay, just by going to a different section of your store, you can find the same thing you get somewhere else for $1 or so. Now, I can't remember how much is in here. Let me see. There's 4 servings per container, and each serving is 210 calories. So in this one little container here, we have 840 calories. Okay, 840 calories in that one little container. Now, you've got to have a pot big enough to cook it all, or break it down, but that's a lot of calories for 30 cents, guys. And that's pure starch, that's pure carbohydrates. This is good energy. It's not quick energy. It's actually going to let you burn that energy all day. You can't go wrong with pastas. I think there's about 6 different varieties of these. I grabbed one each, and at 30 cents a bag, it just doesn't get any simpler. Other things we can look at are, if you have a look in your rice section, you've got the yellow long grain rice, okay? You have the Spanish rice right there, okay? And then we have the red beans and rice. I think that's the right way up. Yeah, and these are Mahatma brand. I know these were around, I want to say maybe 60 cents or $1.40, and this was $1.40, maybe $2, I'm not sure. But they're cheap as well. The only downside to these I found is that they take a while to cook. I think one of these can take up to 20 minutes to cook. But the nice thing is these little ones here, one of those is 475 calories, and this big one here, the red beans and rice, is 760 calories, and that's a lot of calories as well, guys. So, you know, it might not be as small and as compact as the pasta here, but you've got your red beans in there, so you're not just getting your rice in your system, and again, lots of good energy to run with. That's a great deal. I've got a few of these just in my my pantry there. You know, if the SHTF, I can have some starch ready to go. And the other thing I wanted to cover for you guys is, a lot of people, you'll see them out there with their ramen, okay, the 2-minute noodles. Now, the normal 2-minute noodles, these the Ichibans, are Maruchan or whatever they are, whatever brand they might be. They're actually a little bit smaller than these, and I think that they come in at somewhere around 300 calories or so. One of these packs here, okay, just the Ichiban noodles, they cost a little more, of course. I like these better, actually, but these are about 480 calories. So if you like your 2-minute noodles, because they're super easy to cook, they're easier than the rice, they come with the flavoring and everything, and you can add some jerky or whatever you want in there, 480 calories to get your meal started. So that's the starches, guys.